What is going on, guys? My name is Juan, and today we're going to start our Liga MX predictions. We're going to go list the table from 19th to 1st, and then we'll be naming our champion, our league's top goal scorer, our first manager to get fired, and the side that lets us down, and the team that surprises us. So, let us begin. So in 19th spot, I'm going to put Veracruz right at the bottom. Last season they had 0 points. And maybe they get like 1 or 2 points this season, but they are terrible. Shouldn't be in the league anyways, but they're still here. What can you do? And in 18th place, we're going to have FC Juarez. They took the spot of Lobos WAP. And we don't know much about them. They did not get promoted regularly. They bought their way in. So I'm just going to put them 18th. And if I'm wrong, then I'll be surprised about it. And in 17th spot, I'm going to put Monarcas Morelia. They have been struggling for a number of seasons now. Actually, I think in the Apertura 2018, they almost made liguilla. But I don't think they'll be there anytime soon. Just ever since they lost Raul Diaz to Seattle Sounders, I don't see them climbing back up in the ranks. And then in 16th spot, I have Querétaro. They've also been struggling as of recently. They had Ronaldinho, and then they almost won the league, but then it all fell apart ever since then. And I don't see them making that great of a push to make Liguilla. In 15th spot, I have Puebla. Puebla, sometimes they can beat teams, sometimes they are just terrible. So I'm going to put them right in the middle. Well, it's not exactly right in the middle, but 14th spot should be a decent amount. It should be around where they end up based off their players. And in 14th spot, I have the new boys, Atlético San Luis. They got promoted. They won the Apertura and Clausura, beating Dorados de Sinaloa in both finals. So they got automatically promoted. And I think they'll do pretty well. But Liga MX is a different challenge, and I will be surprised if they make Liguilla, but I won't be mad if they do, because I think that they're a really good team that can shock a few teams like Chivas. In 13th spot, I have Necaxa. Necaxa lost the Supercopa weird thing against Cruz Azul. They did well last season to make the Liguilla, but I don't know if they'll be able to do it again. They lost Brian Fernandez to Portland Timbers, I think, and it's gonna be tough replacing him. And I just don't think that they'll make the Liguilla for another season in a row. In 12th spot, I have Atlas FC. Atlas have bought really strange players, and by strange I mean really good players from Santos, and they are Chivas' rivals, but I think they'll do all right, but not make the Liguilla once again. And then here in 11th spot, we have my boys, Chivas de Guadalajara. I've been a Chivas supporter all my life and have gone through the struggles. I've gone through winning the league, and I've gone through even more struggles. And we still have Tomas Boy as manager. I'm not happy about that. We have bought in really strangely. Alanis and El Pollo Briseño are good signings, but Oribe Peralta, it's puzzling. I hope he does well, but he's 35. He's not getting much game time at America, so I don't know. And then we have for the forever inconsistent Alan Pulido, and I just don't trust them. The only person I trust in Chivas is Bruzuela, and he alone can't make us get into Liga, so that's why I put us at 11th. So the last two teams I have missing out in Liga. At number 10 spot, I have Los Cholos de Tijuana. I think they have a pretty decent squad, but I don't know if it's up to that high caliber of other teams in the Liga MX. And I think they will make a push, but just fail at the final reach. And then in 9th spot, missing out just is Pumas. Pumas are that team that they can either do really well or they can do really bad. And it's usually really bad. And that has shown last season in the Clausura, where they were very terrible, even though I think they beat Chivas, which shows you how bad we are. And the season before that, they made it to Liguilla, but then they got hammered by eventual champions Copa America. So they have some players that can do some damage, but then I don't think they have enough players to make it into Liguilla. So right now, we're going to get into our top 8, the teams that will make it into the Liguilla. In 8th spot, I have Toluca. Toluca have a lot of trophies. They are the 3rd most successful team in Mexico based off Liga MX wins. They haven't won a title though in 9 years, and that is what made Toluca go under the radar. They're usually one of those teams that always plays high, either 1st, 2nd, 3rd, or 4th, but then they've fallen off of recent years, and everyone just forgot about them. They have Ricardo La Volpe as manager, and when he was at Chivas, he was there for a brief stint, but he did pretty well. And I trust him to make it to Liguilla, but not much more than that. And in 7th place, I have Santos. I'm regretting putting Santos in 7th because they didn't have a good season last clausura, and they sold a bunch of their players. They sold Arteaga, and I don't know if they sold Avea. I know they sold one of those two to Atlas, which I mentioned before, and I don't know. They have Julio Furch, which has been a consistent goal scorer all the time he's been at Santos, and that should probably make him one of the favorites for the top goal scorer. They have Jonathan Orozco at the back, which I think is a pretty solid goalkeeper. And yeah, they should have enough firepower to make it into 7th place. So in 6th place, let me check. I have Pachuca. Pachuca started off last season terribly. They got scored on like 4-0 in like 2 of the first 3 games, but then they got Martin Palermo in, and he steadied the ship a bit. They made it to Liguilla, but then they crashed out because of the higher caliber level of teams that I'll mention in the future. They have some pretty decent players. Edwin Cardona is one that you should keep an eye out. He's getting older, but he's still the same level of brilliance. And yeah, 6 should be good for them. In 5th place, the bottom seed of Liga, I'm going to put Club America. Now, I contemplated putting them in 1st, but as I'm recording this, they announced that Edson Alvarez is going to go to Ajax, and I think that's going to be a huge miss for them. He was very versatile. He could play center back, he could play center defensive mid, he could play right back, he could play a different number of positions, and I think that'll be a huge loss for them. Nico Castillo should be firing more than he was last season. Roger Martinez should be firing as well. They have other good players. They have the best player in the league, Guido Rodriguez. They have Mateus Uribe. Who's their goalkeeper? They have Marchesín as their goalkeeper, and they have a pretty good squad. Unfortunately, they're going to lose to Chivas though, and that's the only thing that is going to make us Chivas fans happy. In 4th place, the current champions, I'm going to put Tigres. Tigres usually suffer in the Apertura to get 1st or 2nd. They usually get like lower in the league table, but then they end up winning the whole damn league because Tuca Ferretti is a specialist. They have good squad. They have El Bomoro Guignac, and that's really all you need when you're Tigres. They also have good players like Guido Pizarro. They have Carlitos Salcedo. They have in the back Nahuel Guzman, who can be shaky, but it's pretty good. And yeah, I think they'll get 4th. I don't know if they're going to win the entire league, but we'll just have to see until later. And in 3rd place, I have last season's 1st place, Leon. Leon had an amazing season last season. They were like destroying teams. They had like 13 wins in a row, I think, until my Chivas stopped the run. But then they did not win the league. They lost in the final to a Tigres team who sat back and then just like hoped for the best, and that paid off for them. Did not pay off for Leon. Didn't help that Jose Juan Macias went to the U20 World Cup, and they were terrible there, may I add. But I don't think they'll do as amazing as this time. Teams are going to figure them out a little bit, but I think they still have good enough players to get into 3rd. So in 2nd place, I only have 2 teams left. Can you guess what they are? In 2nd place, I'm going to put Cruz Azul, and I'm going to be ballsy. I don't know if Cruz Azul are going to do this good, but I'm going to put them there. They have Orbelín Pineda. They have El Piojo Alvarado, Who do they have up front? I have no idea. I think they have Jonathan Rodriguez, although he didn't have a good season. I don't know why I'm putting this second, to be honest, but screw it. You just got to do something. So I'm just going to say Cruz Azul are going to have a really good season by their standards. So in first place, not necessarily winning, but just placing first in the Liga, I'm going to put Monterrey because they have Rodolfo Pizarro, the best player in the league, the best Mexican player of all time. They have Rogelio Funes Mori, they have Barovero, they have Cesar Montes, they have Jonathan Rodriguez, I think. No, it was Charlie Rodriguez is his name. And then they have Jonathan Gonzalez. I don't know if they lost any key men, but they have a good squad. A lot of people don't like Diego Alonso, the manager, but I think he's been doing fine with them. They're current CONCACAF Champions League champions, so you gotta hang that over their head. So that's gonna be my league predictions. So I'm gonna get to my other predictions here in a second. So I'm gonna start with two negative ones. The first coach to get fired is gonna be whoever Veracruz's manager is right now. I should have done research, but I did not even care because Veracruz are terrible. They're terrible. They're gonna fire their coach. I would say Chivas, but we stuck with Tomás Boy, and I don't think we're gonna fire him in the first 5 matches. We'll do it with him like we did with Cardoso. We'll wait until we're at the complete bottom, and then we'll just get rid. And yeah. Speaking of Chivas, my letdown is gonna be Chivas because we're supposed to be challenging for titles, but we are not. We're struggling with the descenso, and that has me worried. And our terrible players has me worried as well. And I just don't trust Chivas to have a great season. I would put them in Liguilla, but I'm just being realistic here. And then I'm going to do a positive prediction. My surprise team of the season is going to be Toluca because I feel like everyone's sleeping on them. They're talking about Tigres, Monterrey, America, Cruz Azul, León, Pachuca. Nobody's talking about Toluca, which is why I feel like they might have a surprisingly good season. And as for top goal scorer, I struggle with this. I wanted to put the basic names: Gignac, Funes Mori, Julio Furch. Some people are saying Leo Ramos. I don't even know who he plays for. I think León signed him. León signed him. Oh my goodness gracious. That might contradict what I'm going to say. Jose Juan Macias is my top goal scorer because he had a great season, and I feel like this is his time to prove that he's going to be Mexico's next striker. Raúl Jiménez, and then Jose Juan Macias. For a long time, we've had Chicharito, and then Raúl Jiménez, and then Oribe Peralta. But as they get older, Chicharito and Oribe are out of the squad. So we have Raúl Jiménez, and then we don't know who is it. Alexis Vega went to the Gold Cup. He didn't really show much. So I think it's going to be Jose Juan Macias. That will be the top goal scorer. And my final prediction, the champion of Liga MX is going to be Cruz Azul. I know they're probably not going to be champions. They probably won't even make Liga. But I'm going to say that they are champions of the Apertura 2019 season. If you like the video, then leave a like, subscribe. And I want you to leave your predictions, and we'll see at the end of the season whether I'm right, whether I'm wrong. Who knows? And if Cruz Azul actually win, then holy crap. I just pulled that prediction out of nowhere. And yeah, hopefully Chivas will actually do something, but I don't have high hopes. Thank you guys for watching this video, and until the next video, peace.